Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017. Happy New Year to you. I'm Denise Douglas. Thank you for joining us this evening. Members of the 115th Congress were sworn in today. Anthony Brown is one of Maryland's two new House members. Brown, the former lieutenant governor during the Martin O'Malley administration, formally took the oath of office in the House chamber. He then took a ceremonial pledge before his supporters in the Library of Congress. As a freshman legislator, Brown will have to balance the usual learning curve of the Hill with the hectic pace of the first 100 days under a Republican majority. The GOP plans an aggressive push on an array of policies, including the repeal of the Affordable Care Act.
So one of the conversations we had with Congressman Anthony Brown was that we need him down here making the argument of letting the states decide whether they want to go ahead and pull back from the Affordable Care Act. Because we see more people signing up now since President-elect Trump has been elected than before. So our numbers are increasing.
Brown will represent Maryland's 4th Congressional District. The replacement for longtime Senator Barbara Mikulski was also sworn in today. Patricia Vallone has more from the nation's capital.
I'm standing inside the beautiful rotunda, the tallest and most central part of the nation's capital. Just over my shoulder right now is the old Senate chamber, where the vice president is currently swearing in senators during a reenactment ceremony.
That you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of office upon which you're about to enter, so help you God. I do.
Chris Van Hollen was sworn in today, joining Ben Cardin as one of Maryland's 2 senators.
Proactive and reactive, as Senator Schumer said today on the floor of the Senate. We're going to be introducing a lot of legislation to hold the incoming president accountable for things he talked about in this election, getting rid of the carried interest loophole. This is the special break for hedge fund owners. That's something that Donald Trump campaigned on. Republicans in the Congress haven't campaigned on that, but we're going to introduce legislation. In fact, I introduced legislation in the House to get rid of that loophole. Many of the trade issues that the incoming president discussed are things that are not very popular within the congressional Republican ranks. We're going to be pushing them on those issues. So we're going to be pushing forward on a lot of issues, including the ethics agenda, campaign finance reform, Disclose Act, trying to get rid of secret money in politics. We'll have a very active agenda. We hope to find some partners on the Republican side. But you're right, we will fight tooth and nail against efforts to turn back the clock on social justice, and we will certainly fight the effort to get rid of the Affordable Care Act and affordable health care for millions of Americans, including 400,000 Marylanders.
Now, Van Hollen had served as a U.S. representative from Maryland's 8th District since 2003. From the U.S. Capitol, I'm Patricia Vallone, CTV News.
Patricia also tells us that the 115th U.S. Congress is scheduled to run until January 3rd, 2019. Maryland's other new representative on the Hill is fellow Democrat Jamie Raskin. Raskin, a former state senator from Montgomery County, represents the 8th Congressional District. A constitutional lawyer, he says he's concerned about rule changes proposed by GOP leaders, including one that would fine members for taking photos and recording video from the House floor. Raskin, in a statement, says he is also deeply concerned about significant changes to funding for programs such as Medicare, Medicaid, and Planned Parenthood under a Republican-controlled Congress. And more political news for you. Governor Larry Hogan is expressing optimism about getting things done for the state under a Donald Trump administration. Hogan made the comment today during a press conference in Annapolis where he announced proposals to improve the environment and economy. He says he spent a lot of time speaking with Vice President-elect Mike Pence about how the federal government plans to invest money in the nation's infrastructure.
And if we do that, that will help us here in Maryland get many of the projects that's been a primary focus of mine. We've put more money into transportation infrastructure than has ever been done in Maryland. They're talking about doing the same thing at the federal level, which has been lacking. And if that happens, it'll create a lot of opportunities for us here in Maryland.
The governor says he has a good relationship with the Obama administration and expects the same with the country's soon-to-be 45th commander-in-chief. You are watching CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.